Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Jojo here,
And
and
Shruts.
it's time for Karma featuring King. We have a collab.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a.
Did
I
you
want to
hear
just
about
take a second to just imagine both the voices, Karma's voice and then King's voice. Tonality to match hoti hai. लेकिन अब आगे जाके क्या होगा? Their styles are but very different. So it's interesting to see how one style will match the other. Because
Mm.
okay, nice.
It's interesting to see Karma dropping tracks from his album, which are the big collabs. I'm guessing like the big collabs for him. Maybe there are more. I'm sure there
Yeah,
will be.
yeah,
But even like I think after intro, he dropped or was it before intro? There was one song he dropped on around the new year, which was with Raftar, I think. Then the break happened, and then he dropped
yeah.
Zaruri Nahi with Krishna, and now this one with King. So I think I'm just trying to put my detective hat on, and I'm trying to figure out. I think it's like a album release policy strategy that they've
Yeah,
adopted for all their artists. Because
correct, correct.
Krishna did the same. He mostly just
Sounds
dropped
like it.
videos which were collabs, and
Yeah,
then after the album dropped, then he dropped like one solo video, and that's it.
yeah.
Um,
And
so.
another
Mm,
thing to consider is, or maybe it was just me. I thought that maybe the collabs which Karma would come up with would be all Kalamkaar artists. But it's interesting to see that
mm,
they're not. So it's
mm,
independent artists that they are. So because it's actually his album. So different collabs that he's doing would be the kind of people who he feels, that he want to literally collab with and come up with a song. So a
mm.
personal take and an insight into the artist's mind on why and whom an artist chooses to do a collab with, that's interesting to watch as well.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I mean, even I'm trying to think now because we've heard Krishna's album. Usme Ikka was there, Badshah
Badshah
was
was
there.
there, yeah,
Yeah,
Raftar
the
was
rest were Kalamkar people.
there. Yeah,
I guess it's who you vibe with and who you're friends with and who you connect with. So anyway, this
correct,
one
correct.
is called
Hmm.
Gangster. Now, when I saw the
Okay.
creative on Instagram, I was like,
What is that face? Put words. Put
that
words to your face.
face that face is because Karma was standing there next to King, and we've seen King in this sort of vibe before, but we've not seen Karma. And Karma was standing there in front of the bar, and they both
Huh.
had a gun in their hand. So
Yeah.
I was looking at Karma with the gun in his hand, and I was like, no, 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 not him, not him. Karma was a good boy, like not him.
Yeah. It's like
Like,
image makeover. Why?
yeah, so it's
Huh.
Deep Kalsi ke Sangeet pe hai, and at least that's what it looks like. Yes, composed by Karma and King, mixed and mastered by Ryan Summer. Ooh, I think he's working on all the Kalamkar albums and tracks.
Nice. Hmm.
Performed by Karma King, and it is okay. Lyrics Karma King. Chalo, let's just do it.
Sure. Ready.
1, 2, 3, play.
दीप कलसी के संगीत पे कर्म तेरा तून का मेरा खून या
मेरे शहर में चीजें फेमस एक दो राघव का स्लो कर्मा का फ्लो तीसरी तू होगी गर इजाजत हो जस्ट गो विद द फ्लो बेबी लेट्स गो मैच में वीक थे अब नंबर ही नंबर है जो तेरे साथ हैं वो बंदे ही अनपढ़ हैं दे डोंट नो हाउ टू ट्रीट अ लेडी माय लेडी हम जो भी हैं अपने ही दम पर हैं जो कोई छेड़ दे तुझे बने थोड़ा भी बदमाश कोई नहीं बचेगा जो दी थोड़ी सी आवाज मैंने पार्टी में बंदे तोड़े तोड़े हैं गिलास मेरे साथ में ही बैठे थे जो खड़े हैं खिलाफ बोले मुझ पे तू गाने नहीं बनाता मेरी जाना मुझे गाना नहीं आता करता हूँ रैप लिखता हूँ फैक्ट्स कभी झूठी मैं कहानी नहीं बनाता बोले मुझ पे तू गाने नहीं बनाता मेरी जाना मुझे गाना नहीं आता एंट्री बार में हम 7 यार 4 थे फिर चेहरा देखा गार्ड ने भी स्ट्रेट इन आई फेल्ट लाइक गैंगस्टर गैंगस्टर शी कॉलिंग मी गैंगस्टर 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 we live like gangster 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 she calling me gangster 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 we live like
baby bomb, baby bomb. She drop it like a shot, पूछो पहले मारा कौन है तेरा काटा मैंने सुना पानी भी नहीं पीता तू भी पानी में नहीं पीती नीटे खींचे लेडी डॉन तेरे चर्चे ही चारों जगह हो रे तो हमने भी कांड न किए हैं जाना थोड़े जहाँ रखा पैर वहाँ कर दिया राज अच्छे अच्छे बंदों के भी खोल दिए घोड़े ओ हम न सुने I like the way you put it down on me मैं गिनता नहीं पैसा money counting on me तू बस दे पता मैं कर दूँ तबाह कौन रोकेगा जो if I got your eyes on me जब से आए राजा नोट उड़ाए कहते शैंपेन बहा दो थोड़े थोड़े गए जल काफी हुए हाय कहते नोट इनके नाम के छपा दो मेरे प्रा जैगर खोलो दो दो पैग मारो सारे गम भूलो हर कोई बदमाश जब तक आता नहीं खास सारे जानते हैं you know what we live like gangsta gangsta she calling me gangsta 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 we live like gangsta 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 she calling me gangsta 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 we live like gangsta 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 she calling me gangsta
Okay. But
Shall we deep dive into it straight away?
let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. So I must say I started listening to the song with a prejudice. In my head, I knew कि मेरे को कर्मा का verse better लगने वाला है.
Oh, but
I really liked it. I really liked Karma's verse. And then when King started singing, I was like, एक minute, because वो like Karma said also that वो rap करता है, वो गाना नहीं गाता, right? And then when King came in, King was rapping, but he was also singing, or I don't know what was different. It was just the flow changed a little bit. It became smoother. And जो beat चल रही थी, beat के साथ वो थोड़ा गाना type flavor जैसे ही आया उसमें, it suddenly like I don't know what changed, but I loved King's verse more than the verse. I loved the flow. Verse तो दोनों के बहुत अच्छे थे. Like when Karma started, and I was almost like looking at him going, like how you said na कि good boy बदल रहा है. So I was looking at him going, okay, will he be able to pull it off? He was pulling it off brilliantly. Like he was looking good, and he was I quite liked him. I quite liked.
I thought he looked uncomfortable, or maybe that's in my mind. I don't know. Okay, but finish.
So I liked his whole look. But then when the scenes were there, he was flirting with the girl and all, there he looked uncomfortable. Or maybe it's just me, like, thinking like that. Because he was like standing a little far away. And he was like speaking all his things and all. But like,
I like it. It was very respectful. But yeah.
But when you're flirting with somebody and the Ghana is like that, then you can't look like that. No, which also immediately changed. But it was part of his charm. But I have to say that itself was very charming. It was like, I constantly felt like, oh, so cute. Like, there was an awe feeling, which was really nice. Then, of course, King came in. And then King, I wasn't expecting anything. And then he was fully with his avatar. He was so fully like, I'm at home. This is who I am. This is how I am. He totally he flew with it. And overall, I like the flow of the verses a lot better than the hook. I like the whole gangster. Okay. But I actually don't like it. It's strange that I'm liking the entire song and the verse and the flow of the verses a lot more than the hook.
The hook was the worst part for me. Actually, not even the hook. The hook had a vibe and a flow, but the word gangster, the name of the song itself, is just like
repetition.
Yeah, but I'll my initial thoughts on the song are immediately as it ends. You're like, King stole it. He stole it because this is his zone. He knows how to ride a wave like this beat. He's done it before. He's got that vibe pat down in his own albums. He's kind of it's his comfort zone. He knows how to play in this area. For me, again, like I said, when I saw Karma in the photo itself, I was like, he looks very not out of place, but just I don't know how I'm going to look at Karma as a gangster with a gun in his hand. Like this is something is not matching in my brain. So I said,
but like a gangster, not gangster, but like a gangster.
That's another topic, but yeah. So like you said, he was looking a little out of place in the first,
I know.
there's a certain smoothness to flirting nicely. If you are smooth and you are like, and if you can tell, and if you're not, you can immediately tell.
Yeah,
um
yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
not saying he's bad at flirting or anything. I just feel like he's not done this sort of thing before, or at least we have not seen it. So it just looked a little awkward to me, like I'm being honest. Having said that, also, I felt like we've said this before in like other song video reactions. I think a couple of Punjabi songs as well. Like you and I were over the whole, hot models, guns and alcohol and like all those kind of things, visually in a video.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
for us, it's like, okay, been there, done that, let's do something else. Like instead of going back to the
Or
same
even
old,
if, or even if you're using that as a backdrop, what is that additional
what
thing that you're
more?
bringing to the table? Yeah,
Some kind
within
of,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
some kind of, I don't know, hook or some kind of storyboarding, different idea needs to come out or something. Anyway, the point of this song, I think, is just it's a gangster, is the aspiration level we are going for, which again,
yeah.
I have it's okay. The song is a vibe, everybody will vibe to it, but what it is implying is what I have a slight, like,
Issue with.
issue also. It doesn't
Huh,
it doesn't work for me, so I'm not coming
huh,
back to this song
huh,
because of that. Like, I don't think being a gangster is an aspirational thing. If
huh.
you're a gangster, you'll basically die in an encounter on a rooftop. Like, we know who died on a rooftop, right? So it's
Yeah.
not really like you're not gonna have like the best anjam at the end of the day. I would when I saw the poster, I was thinking in my head, why do they make songs called Gangster? Why can't they make a song called CEO or something, like something that,
Can
like,
you
don't you,
imagine? Well, okay, then I have a
I
question for
mean,
you.
it doesn't.
You've always said you love Peaky Blinders.
Yes, I do. I do.
Yes, you know what's
I do.
coming.
But I'm telling you that I love
So it's
Peaky
the
Blinders
CEO,
as a, no.
CEO
It's Peaky
gangster vibe.
Blinders as a show, and because of the
Ah,
acting, and it's also
yeah,
based on real life sort of things.
correct.
This is something imaginative being created out of an artist's mind,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So,
Aspirational bit, I agree with you. You know, the bit which you said that it's about aspirations.
and
It is
even,
not about, yeah,
yeah, but even in Peaky Blinders, didn't this one's wife want him to go clean, and he was
yeah,
working towards getting all back to clean businesses, and
yes,
none of the illegal stuff. Like, he was working towards that for his wife and
correct,
kids. So at the end of
correct.
the day, you want to have that sort of, like, you want to
Yeah.
get out of the dirt, the muck,
And you want to
the
live and like live
you
life.
want to live with a peaceful mind when you go to bed at night. Anyway, we're
Yeah,
digressing. The whole
yeah,
point of it is that I feel like treating the whole gangster thing with the guns and the alcohol and the hot girls and all that whole lifestyle that is being showed as this whole big, like, amazing, thing to
flex.
aspire to is
Yeah.
just, I don't get it. I really don't
And
get it.
And
Yeah,
having said that, this discussion that we're having
yeah.
is because these are the thoughts and ideas which naturally anyone who sees this video will have. Because Abhi, I know for
Hmm.
sure there'll be many
Yeah.
people who are, watching will immediately be like, "Arey, aapko samajh hi nahi aaya. Actually, wo itna kuch serious nahi tha. It was only about you're just chilling. You go to a club and you want to feel powerful and that, you're chilling. And it's a very guy thing. You didn't, arey, sab samajh aata hai. Arey,
Arey,
chill.
we know, trust me.
Muh
Before
pe wali
reacting to
sabit
this,
kiya.
I know, and yes, and also, and I've spoken to 4-5 guys also before reacting to the song, about this song, and I was like, what is it with you boys wanting to be gangsters? What is the deal? Don't you want to be like in nice suits, like, running a company, being a CEO, being the boss? Like, why is, I
Yeah.
mean,
I think it's a power thing. I think it's more like even CEOs, that whole look. And when it comes to that, like suits, they were all lawyers, all dressed to the nines in their suits and all. But actually, the more you watched it, you realize that even with all their suits, they were basically like gangsters. So gangsters become like an acronym for power and spreading your, like, where you are the ultimate boss. And I think if
वो तो बहुत
only and
चीजों में
only, है ना?
yeah.
Exactly. So if we only look at it from very narrow eyes of that perspective, then yeah, बहुत अच्छा गाना था. लेकिन if we widen our perspective थोड़ा सा, and we actually
Gang,
start
gang.
understanding, then you realize that's not a very great aspiration to go. So समझ
I
सब
know.
आता है. But just,
I know. I think we're killing the vibe of this song. But you know
I
what?
love the song.
The
But
song is fun. The song is fun.
yeah,
we're just having an extended discussion on the theme of the song. That's all it is. So before you start sending us hate comments and hate DMs
मैंने भेजा,
and
go for it.
and calling us sensitive benjis and whatever else you want to come up with, is just calm yourselves down.
देखो नहीं, and also जो कितना amazing होता है ना कि हमें गाना देखे हम बोले बहुत अच्छा है, okay bye, see you later. What a great reaction that would be. But the point is to discuss and to have fun and to actually discuss different aspects and different reaction that it invokes in us, and which is what we're doing.
Different topics that it brings to our mind that we want to talk about. And if that's if you don't want us to keep it real on this channel, then sorry, that's not going to happen now. We will just be who we are and be that with complete honesty. So okay, having said all of that, I feel like King totally killed this. Karma's verse was nice, but I feel like I can't take what Karma is. He cannot be a gangster in my head. He's a good boy. That's all. He's a good guy. But so we'll leave it at that. Yeah, that's it. Tell us what you thought of our discussion, and tell us what else.
I want to watch King dancing, and then my favorite part. Just before we finish, I should add this: when King started, there was this point in his flow when he was singing, he rap, and then he, instead of dropping the beat from there in his verse, he actually pushed it up towards singing. That was very unexpected because one was expecting the flow that was already set. I didn't. So I knew कि उसका जो flow जा रहा है, एक switch आएगा, but I expected that the switch would be in a more octave fashion. But it went into the singing way, and that too in a high way. I was like, wow, ye bada acha mara. Like that switch was lovely for me.
I know that switch happened, and that's when I was like, okay, he's owning this. That's where I completely went, he's owning this. And I'm not saying Karma wasn't good. It's actually good that he's experimenting. That is the best part about this track. He's experimenting, and it's kind of I can see that maybe when he thought of making a song like this, or when he got this beat that he wanted to work with, he must have been like, let me collab with someone whose comfort zone is this beat.
Yeah.
So I think on with all those thoughts in mind. Yeah, with all
for future stuff.
Yeah, so I think they kind of nailed the vibe, and it seems to be doing well. It dropped on the 10th of August, and already many millions of views have come. So I guess the track works on those levels. Chalo, we will head out now. Hit that subscribe. Check out Ms. Bola's website. It is linked below, and we'll see you in the next one. Live long and prosper.